If you're thinking about buying a home in Florida, here's 3 reasons that you should avoid Zillow, and we're getting started right now.
If you're looking to move to the Venice, Sarasota, Northport, Englewood, Port Charlotte areas, make sure to call, text, or email me. I am a local realtor here and I can help you find a home. My information will be in the description box below.
So the first really big reason that you should probably avoid Zillow, especially in this market, is that it is not as up to date as the MLS. Tell us why that is so vitally important.
I think they're getting better with it. I believe within a couple hours maybe it's getting updated, but it's not consistent. The MLS, if a property sold, you can see it right away on the MLS. As soon as we make that change that property sold, you're going to see it. While Zillow, it's gonna take a little while to get updated.
Yeah, and that's really, really important because in this market, like, things go quick, so you got to start looking at the next place, or you're just going to be so let down because, oh my gosh, this was the place I wanted and it's already off the market. You don't even get a chance to look at it, or you're about to go look at it and it's already got an offer pending. It's just going to be a real bummer and maybe set you up to be kind of disappointed for everything else that comes after, and just, yeah, wasting a lot of time that doesn't need to be wasted.
Yes, I think wasting a lot of time and emotions too on your part. If you're, really in love with that property and you're looking at it and looking at the pictures, and then the property, it's not even on the market anymore because it already sold and Zillow just hasn't updated yet. Another reason why you shouldn't use Zillow is because the estimates are very, very overpriced.
Yeah, they ran into this issue when they decided that they were going to go buy a bunch of houses, actually.
Which they did. I used to use Zillow with my previous job. A lot of the times the estimate was like a lot higher than what it should have. So it has been for a while, but even more so right now that they own all these houses.
Something you got to be careful, because now maybe you could afford a little bit more of what you think you could, but you're like, well, I got to, stay within this budget, so that one's out of my price range, and maybe it's not. One thing to consider, I guess, in this market though, is the list price on the MLS that people are, listing it at. It will probably, at least in this area of Florida, go over that price for what it actually sells. But even then, again, that estimate could maybe throw you off quite a bit.
Yes, I think this is more important when you're listing your home, more so than when you're buying, just because when you're listing your home, you look at that estimate and you're like, holy cow, this is the value of my property right now. Like, yes, please, like, I'll sell it. But once your realtor provides a competitive market analysis of your home, you'll see that number is probably going to be a couple $1,000s less. Not to say that your house in this market right now wouldn't sell for more, just because it most likely will. But in a normal market, that estimate, it's probably, well, in the past, it hasn't been accurate at all.
Yeah, and can you imagine if you're like, that was like you weren't even gonna sell your home, and then that was the thing that made you decide to do it, and you put all the time, the money, the pictures, the getting rid of all the stuff, and then you don't get an offer that was as much as you thought, and you end up losing money, or the whole reason you decided to list to begin with kind of gone. That would be extremely frustrating, and just to have all that time taken from you if you decide to not even sell it.
And also, if you try to sell your home, you want to go for the higher price because you want to get that much more money, your house is probably not going to sell. It's probably going to sit on the market for a little while before it actually sells. In a typical market right now, we're in a crazy market, so
and that could hurt your home sale long term too, because people are like, well, what happened? What's wrong with this house? How come it didn't sell? Or how come it got taken off the market? And it kind of puts a little stain on it in the future for people that are looking at that kind of stuff. Another reason to avoid Zillow if you're thinking about moving to Florida is because it's not going to have certain information and resources that a realtor will have, as far as being able to kind of make sure you're in the right area.
Yeah, so a realtor will actually ask you a few questions and then figure out, other areas that maybe you're not even thinking about. So maybe you're thinking, okay, I want to move to Venice, Florida, but we also have other little towns around the area that maybe you would like, or maybe they would be more up your speed. So a realtor would be able to kind of like match you up, not only cities and towns, but different neighborhoods as well.
Yeah, I mean, Zillow and things like that, like, you're basically just getting the information from them, and from it you can say, okay, I like the houses here. There's just only so much you can tell, whereas a realtor can kind of guide you towards certain resources. One will be a video we'll actually have linked in the description, and we'll have it as a card at the end of the video. It's about different resources that you can use to kind of get to know different areas. But I think there's really no replacement for a one-to-one conversation, like she said, because from that she can figure out, do you have pets? Do you have a family? What do you like to do for fun? Job, is that something you need, and what kind of a job? And she can say, okay, these are the areas that kind of fit what it sounds like you're looking for, what your situation is. Maybe you need more bedrooms and you want to live in Venice, but it's a lot harder to find a 4 or 5 bedroom place in Venice versus Northport, like things like that. Or, I like Venice, but maybe it's out of your price range. Well, maybe you still really want to be by the beach. Maybe Englewood, you could find something. Things like that, she's going to be able to help you with. That's just something you're just not going to get out of Zillow. And another thing is, in this market, people are, buying places so quick, buying above asking, and some people are going to Zillow and buying houses sight unseen, which there's a lot of things a good realtor can help you with on that side of things.
A lot of information too that we have on the MLS, Zillow is not going to have it for you. So having a realtor that, has all that information so that you can make an informed decision if you do want to put an offer on the house, that would be very helpful for you. Not just relying on what you see on Zillow, because yes, the pictures, a lot of times photos will look great. I mean, some realtors take really bad pictures, but if they
sometimes, yeah.
But if they have professional pictures, the house might look great, but then you go in and it's not that great. Like, I've had this happen before, and props to, photographers for taking great pictures, but you do want to know what you're getting into. Another thing too is that a realtor will have all the information, like stats about the area. Maybe they're more knowledgeable about the area, and they can guide you towards, like, maybe this is a better neighborhood for you and for your needs, and Zillow, it's not going to do that. With that, a lot of the houses that maybe the listing is on Zillow, they're not listing it as in an HOA community, a homeowners association community, and they don't have like what those fees are.
Or the restrictions.
A realtor will have all that information for you.
And a couple other things that come to mind is, I know a lot of people maybe wouldn't understand certain areas that are more flood prone versus less. Being careful about well and septic in certain areas, and understanding, well, maybe not being careful, but understanding, like in South Venice, some people have said that their appliances don't last as long, or that it will stain the walls if you have a sprinkler set up. So knowing that you need to get a whole filtration system, things like that, a realtor can help you with a lot of that side of things. Also being able to tell you like certain things to look out with the way the house is maybe built, or whatever that may look like. Zillow's not gonna have a lot of those information. A lot of times we've had people, and this happened to us personally when we made our first move down to the Orlando area, where the pictures will look really good or really bad, and you'll dismiss a place or think this might be the one, and a lot of times it's the exact opposite. I can't tell you how many times people will be like, I think this is gonna be the one, and then they go in and you're like, oh, actually, yeah, that's not what I thought it was gonna be. If you can go see the place in person, that's gonna be the way to go, and a realtor can take you through the property. You kind of need a realtor to get in there. And
especially in this market too, a lot of times what we'll do for our buyers is we'll take a video of the property, but in this market, unfortunately, the houses are moving just so quick that it's not even worth our time or your time waiting for a video. We might not be able to get you a video quick enough, and by the time maybe we get that there, even if it is the same day, at end of day, by the time you look at the video and have time to watch the video and make up your mind, that house is probably sold. So like right now, if you want to purchase a home because you want to move down, I would say coming down to the area, looking around, driving around so that you understand what Florida is all about, and then going and looking at the houses, and if you do find something you like, then we can write an offer for you, and we can look at more houses. If you don't find anything right away, that's fine. But yes, just coming down to the area, I feel like you have to do it and work with a realtor so that you can get in the houses and you can see the houses and find out more about the houses as well.
Yeah, and back to that initial conversation, again, when you have that conversation, she can tell you like, okay, when you come down, it sounds like your needs are this, this, and this. These are the different areas to drive around. Check them out. Let us know what you think, and then from there we can look at properties within those areas. But again, all that stuff does not happen if you just go right to Zillow. What we've really found moving to Florida is it's not just about the house, it's about the location, where it puts you in the state. Because one, pocket you can live in. We lived in the Orlando area for a little while and just found out it was too busy for us. But it took being there to figure that out. And if we could have done it again, I think we would have just moved right here. Having a realtor to kind of figure out what your needs are and what it is you like to do, that's really important to make sure you're getting to the area you want.
And if you don't get to the area you want to be in right away, just remember you can always either sell your house or put it up for rent. You won't have a problem renting it out. Put it up for rent and just, move to the area that you actually do want to be in.
And just like us, keep in mind, maybe it just takes, maybe you think it's, I can't do Florida. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just I can't do this certain city in Florida or area. Yeah.
If you're looking to move to the Venice, Sarasota, Englewood, Northport, Port Charlotte area, make sure to call, text, or email me. I am a realtor here and I can help you find a home. My information will be in the description box below.
Leave a comment, let us know any other questions you have, and we'll try to get a response to you or get to it in a future video. Hit that like button if the video was helpful, subscribe and turn on all notifications, and live breezy.